So Apple announced the latest iPhone 15 series, the 15 and 15 Plus and 15 Pro and Pro Max. But what if you are in the market for something that is not an iPhone? Someone who's like me and who is more invested into the Android ecosystem. So I've got so many phones lying around me on my desk here, and I'm going to take you through each one of them, giving an alternative each for the 15 and 15 Plus or the Pro and Pro Max. So let's get started. First, we'll get into the 15 and 15 Plus series. The first thing that comes to my mind, the obvious one, the 15 Plus competitor is the Samsung's S23 Plus. Got the equal amount of camera prowess that it does a lot of amazing photography. It has great hardware, great software, One UI is really good. So that is my obvious recommendation. By the way, before we get into the video, I need to tell you that my number one recommendation against the iPhone 15 Pro Max is not a Samsung phone. So any guesses what that phone could be? Let's see. We'll continue with this video and I'll keep telling you more about what are the alternatives. Second alternative to the iPhone 15 and 15 Plus is the Moto Razr 40 Ultra. I love this phone. It's such a small form factor, small display on the outside, and then you go into a bigger display on the inside. And this flip style, this retro form factor, it's just really amazing. Very nice to carry around, does good amount of photography and has absolutely compact size with a decent battery life. The option number 3 for the iPhone 15 Plus is the Nothing Phone 2. Nothing Phone 1 I used, that was really nice, but Nothing Phone 2 is miles ahead of the Nothing Phone 1. The fluidity of ecosystem on this phone is just phenomenal. How Android feels on this is completely different from what you feel on any other Android device. This phone is beautiful, looks amazing, absolutely unique on the back, decent camera, amazing battery life, and of course, I already spoke about the fluidity of operating system on this. That takes the cake clearly. Now, why Nothing Phone 2 against the iPhone 15 Plus? Why? Because Nothing Phone 2 costs 1/3 of your iPhone 15 Plus. It's like you can get 3 Nothing phones for the price of one iPhone 15 Plus. I mean, guys, come on. The price to product ratio for this phone is just amazing. And also when it comes to the Moto Razr, this phone is also much cheaper than the iPhone 15 Plus. Now, moving on to the iPhone 15 Pro series, which is this phone. It's got a new camera, titanium build quality, a new action button, whatnot. But still, this phone, according to me, does not match the obvious contender, that is the S23 Ultra. I did a complete video where I compared both of these phones across like unboxing, camera comparisons, hardware, software, everything. Watch that video if you want to watch it. The link is in the description below. Talking about S23 Ultra, I feel this is a much better camera than the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and I have proved it in my video. Other things, I feel the versatility of this phone is just amazing. I mean, it's got an S Pen that you can use to sign documents on the move. It has a great battery life, fast charging, wireless charging, so much going on for it. And One UI 6 that is coming with the Android 14 now will make this phone the most fluid Android experience of all phones. Moving on, now we get into a completely different category. Now, I mentioned in my iPhone 15 Pro Max review that this phone is for the people who have this luxury mindset. But on the Android, if you have the luxury mindset, you have so many interesting options. First of them is coming from Google directly. Now, I'm not recommending the Pixel 8 yet because the phone is not out yet at the time of recording this video. Maybe when Pixel 8 and 8 Pro comes out, that could beat the S23 Ultra also. We do not know. And camera on Pixel phones is just amazing. Moving on to the Pixel phones, my recommendation against the iPhone 15 Pro Max is the Pixel Fold. This phone is amazing. Look at this wide body design. Like, sits in your palm so comfortably. You can do everything on this front display. It's amazing, this small form factor. And when you want a bigger phone, of course, you just open it, get into this tablet view, this massive tablet view. You can do so much more on such bigger display. Yes, it has really thicker bezels around it, and if you're not into that, well, the recommendation number 2, the Pro Max against the 15 Pro Max is the Samsung Fold 5. If you guessed it, amazing, hats off to you, but you still have to wait for the number 1 recommendation that I'm yet to tell you. So this is the recommendation against the Pro Max. The phone feels absolutely premium. Like, look at the design, this slim body, it folds flat now, and you get this narrow body design outside, which is kind of challenging when you're doing a lot of texting, for example. But then you have this bigger display on the inside. You can watch videos, surf, etc. So much that you can do on the inside. So this is the another recommendation. But coming to the number one recommendation, I'm sure you didn't guess it. The number one recommendation is this phone in my hand. This is the slimmest foldable. It feels amazing in the hand, and look at the back pattern on this thing. This is so beautiful. This phone doesn't have any case. It's this carbon fiber design on the back, this gold line across the hinge, this slim body, this light weight on this thing is just absolutely stunning. This phone is Xiaomi's Mix Fold 3. They keep changing the name every year, Mi Mix Fold, etc. It's got a proper candy bar style design. I mean, I'll just compare it against the iPhone and I'll show you. I mean, look at these two displays next to each other. I mean, you don't sacrifice anything, yet you get a folding phone design. This is beautiful. You do everything on the outside, and then when you move on the inside, you have such a big, amazing, massive display. And this folding phone doesn't shy away from taking great pictures. Why? Because it has a beautiful camera at the back. This camera can zoom much better than the iPhone 15 Pro Max, does amazing photography. Portrait modes on this phone are just brilliant. And it's got so many options going on in the photography as well, powered by Leica. In comparing the prices of these phones, you will be shocked that this is much cheaper than the Pixel Fold and the Samsung Fold 5 itself. And of course, it is way cheaper than the iPhone 15 Pro Max. So price to product ratio on this phone is mind-blowing. This is the best phone that money can buy right now. Yes, there are some Xiaomi software issues here and there, but otherwise, this phone is just brilliant. So these are my recommendations. If you feel I missed out on something interesting, please mention in the comment so that people can know about it and everybody can get educated. So thank you for watching, guys. Cheers.